Hello everybody and welcome back to some Space Engineers. So we're running into a power problem, being that we don't have enough power. So a lot of the needed power is actually being provided by this little ship. So when I disconnect him, the station runs out of power. And actually right now I've had to turn off a few things. So I've got these three assemblers over on this side, they're currently off. So we just have these three over here on, and I've got both refineries running. Alternatively, I could shut down one of the refineries and bring up those assemblers back online, but currently I had to go and get some silver because we were all out of it. But now I want to make some reactor components. Now I start to make some, if I can find them. We have 47 we made before I ran out of this stuff. So let's see if we can make the other 53. Okay, so if I go 53 and let's let that one finish. Bam. Now these are going to be repeated. Is this on repeat? Okay, that's why. Yoink. Okay, I'm just curious. I'm not too familiar with how this stuff works. Yeah, it looks like it queued up. Okay, well, the B's are offline right now, but the A's are online. I think because I had it on repeat mode, these guys grabbed, like, the whole thing. I don't know if that's the case. So let's clear them out. So now that this guy isn't on repeat, I think it should be okay. Although having these guys try to help, I think someone was saying, when you're low on resources isn't very good because they don't ever get a chance to actually help or something to that nature. So like he's trying to help, but there's no silver. And as soon as we get enough silver, it's probably going to go right to the master or whoever can get it first. But let's see how many that actually made. Reactor. And we'll bring them over here. See if more than one assembler got it. No, okay. So we're still missing 47. And there's 44. Whoop. 47? I might be some other ones being made. So that's first part of today's episode. I'm going to get another power generator going. I think I'm just going to shove it under here. Just to match up with the other one. Because by the looks of it, this one reactor is probably going to be enough to just power 2 refineries and 3 assemblers, because that's currently what one of them is powering right now, and it's actually powering another arc furnace as well, but they're not currently probably making as much or pulling as much power as they need to if they're not actually running. Now he's running, but like the assemblers aren't currently working. So I don't know. I haven't balanced the numbers or anything, but for now we're just going to put one small reactor underneath each side. And that should be enough to power themselves. I do want to look at, and someone mentioned we could put like a large reactor here in the middle. I do want to do something for power larger scale with some large reactors. Just not exactly sure where we should do that yet. So for now, I just want to keep my options open. Once we figure out what we're going to do for like mass storage, then we can figure out where our reactor room will go and all that kind of stuff. All right, but first off, I essentially just want to get enough reactor components. I also want to try to get a blueprint of this guy so that we can repair him. And speaking of repairing, we should probably finish him. I don't think I've done these guys yet. I have not. They're missing thruster component and construction. I'm pretty sure we have those. Oh, saw you. AAA is our storage. So we want 2. And 2. So we can either build a projector block, I think, on the ship itself. I still haven't messed around with it. Oh, thruster component. Not steel tube. Not a steel tube. I don't even know if we have thruster components. I don't think we have thruster components. We don't. Pretty sure. Let's queue some of those up. Like, let's throw those to the front. I think they're main thing was the gold, and we've been making a bunch of gold, so I think we're good. And platinum we got a little while ago, and I don't think we've used that much. So yeah. Doesn't bring up the inventory I want. There we go. So yeah. So we could either do that and build it on this ship. However, I want to try not doing that. I want to try building a little coupling here where this guy connects. And I kind of want to use that as a build post of sorts for other ships. Because the next ship I want to build, which I don't think we'll get too far into today, but maybe we can. I always overestimate how much I can get done. But I want a helper ship. A welding ship. I don't want to have to build stuff by hand anymore. I would like a ship to do that for me. So, and I would like to be able to move this coupling at a later date. So let's try something. Let's disconnect him. And hopefully he's not providing any power. He's not. And I throw in some connector stuff onto the hotbar. So this one will turn it off so I can pull away without that thing pulling me back. There we go. So we'll just try that. And then we'll turn that back on. Okay. Now let's grab some steel plates, I guess. I don't know if this is going to work. Where should we build it off of? Let's just build it off of that, since there's a block there. So I want to try putting another connector to connector, basically, is all we're going to do. So this connector can just kind of go wherever. So he could be just as simple as this. And all this does is allow us to move this little thing around, and if we ever want to build something, I guess, off of him, we can. Or if we want to put a projector block on it, we can. And then this could be a little repair module for ships. So we just load up the appropriate blueprint, line it up, I assume. I really got to play around with it. Yeah, and then we can repair it. Or we could build a new ship, or what have you. So I don't know if this is a good idea, but it's one we're going to do. So right now he's currently actually physically attached to this ship. But once we break this guy, he'll become a separate little small ship. And I think we're going to put a little generator on here so that he can keep himself powered in case we accidentally unlock him at one point. That way we have a way of connecting back up to him if need be. Alright, so we're going to need construction components, steel tubes, and motors and computers. Okay. AAA. Let's get rid of all this stuff. I said computers, small steel tubes. I said some other things that I totally remember. I've already forgotten. Probably construction components. Those are always needed. Oh, we need motors. I don't know if we have any motors. Motor? We don't. Let's queue up some motor. And it's still failing to make those. That's fine. Here we go. Let's queue up more motors. And give me said motors. Alright. Is that all I need? For one. One more computer, 4 more motors. Alright, next thing we're going to need on this thing is also, I guess, that generator. Not generator, reactor. Which isn't where I'm expecting to see it. So we could just put one facing straight up. So that way we can load it directly. So it will be for power. But also if it fails to have power at any point, we can just add uranium directly into it. Now let's see what the projector looks like. I remember seeing it. That's not it. Aha! Okay. So the only thing I know about it is the plus symbol is the top. And then there's a line or something. Okay, that's the front. So let's assume we want to face it towards the ship we're building. So we could just put it right there. And what do you take? Large steel tube, motor, computer. You're pretty cheap. Okay. So let me just get all this stuff done, and we'll have our little build coupling. Okay. I think we're ready to go. We're running low on uranium. There's some in our mining ship here, which we should get connected again so I can throw some into the refineries. Okay, so I guess we gotta lock onto that one. So now he is theoretically connected to us. Let's just break him off and see what happens. He's got his own power source, but that might flicker. It did not. So now we should be able to just back right back up again. And connect you. Now, if I hit just connect, does it just toggle? Okay, it changed mine, but it doesn't change that one. So what I should do is now just lock one of those guys. You. There we go. So let's rename him back, I guess. And this one will be the front one. And we can come up with a better name afterwards. Whatever we want to call this thing, the build post thing. Okay. Alright, so now we got that connected. Now we could break him off. Actually, let's go back. Let's connect. So yeah, now we can use this thing as normal. That thing's just a little extension. And maybe we can make it look better. Alright, so from here, I want to... let's get some of that uranium going. So I still don't have the refinery set up to pull anything. I just have them, whatever I happen to put in them. So let's get one of them going and making some uranium, because we're not doing too good. Yeah, this is all on the ship. Okay. So yeah, we're below 1 unit anyway. I'm not sure how long that will last with everything going full bore, but we shall see. Okay. So we moved some over. That's good enough for now. So now we could break that. And let's see about taking a blueprint of him. So I believe it works the same way as it does in creative now. So you go Control B. Okay. Now we see all of my stuff. All of them. Now where is he? Let's see here. Let's grab it. Molar, Mega. Are you molars? Krill, Derpy. This isn't working very well. What was this guy's name? Chip? Oh, he is in here. Okay, there he is. Chip. Alright, so let's just keep him as he is. And now let's connect back up. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Never tested the projector yet. So if I'm doing things wrong, too bad. Suck it. Okay, so now we pick Chip. And now what do we do? Projector. Okay, show on HUD, info. Well, that's that pivot point. I don't know if we'll have to mess with that. Okay. Does that mean I need a antenna? Oh, it's showing the footprint of that. Oh, there's the ship. I was like, where is it? It's over here. It's way off. Did I get the alignment wrong? Or how does it decide that orientation? That's all, I guess, based off the pivot point. So, was that where I had originally built this guy off of? Was from down here? That original landing gear I placed? I don't remember how we built him anymore. And this guy... Okay. So anyway, he's way over there. Yeah, I don't know what any of these things mean. I'll have to learn about that. Okay, but what other options are available in the projector? Can we just, like, move them around? Roll, yaw. Okay, so we can rotate it. So I guess eventually I could maybe get this to where I need it to be, but it's probably going to be awkward until I'm more familiar with what each thing does. So there it looks like I rotated it right side up. Okay. Not so good. But if I get all this figured out... Okay, so roll that way, which means now we probably want to... Oh, look at this. Flip, flip. That brings it almost where we need it. Now, I don't know if it's going to save any of this either. But we could write it down, I guess. So then I'd have to bring it down. Projector. Okay. Horizontal. Let's just send it up to see if I can see it like fly above me, but it doesn't look like I can. Oh, there we go. So horizontal is actually moving it left and right based on everything's orientation. Vertical is up and down. Okay, so that's right. For some reason I thought horizontal was going to be vertical. Okay, so everything's working normal. So we did have to bring it down a bit. And then what did we have to do? Ooh, we're close. Okay. And then we have to bring it down one more. And then back about 5 blocks. Okay, projector. So vertical offset. Let's bring it down another 0.5, right? Because one more small block. And then the vertical... Oh, no. Forward offset. We want to bring it backwards 5 blocks. So 2.5 or negative 2.5. Let's try that. Wrong way. And it didn't move at all. Okay, projector. Forward offset. Now, is this in blocks or is this in meters? Maybe it's in blocks. Okay. Let's just try 5. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then down 1 block. We're nearly there. Vertical. Down. Negative. Okay, it didn't take that 0.5. So these are in blocks. Which it probably tells me if I'm paying attention. There we go. What does this do for us? No idea. So now, if I took this apart, can we just bring it back? How do I bring it back? What is going on? Okay, there's thruster. We're just finishing stuff. We're not using the blueprint. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you guys can tell me. But we could theoretically repair him. Man. Is it because we're still connected? Or does that even matter? And why are we connected? I thought I disconnected. Okay. How about now? Still showing the projection. Nope. No idea. I'll have to play around. But some other time. Alright, so let's leave that for now. And let's go ahead and turn the projection block off. And we'll see if that, like, maintains itself or what happens. So let's just turn you off. No longer shows the ghost image. Good. Alright, so I think for the remainder of the episode, just move him out of the way. Let's see if we have enough material to get that other reactor going quickly. And then we're going to design or start designing our new utility ship. Okay, let's get rid of this. We don't need the pivot point. And production. Oh, we got to be close. Okay. So let's bring up AAA and reactor components. And as long as we have 100. Oh, it's like, hey, we have twice that. No, okay. We're pretty close. 97, 98. Okay, so we need 2 more. Oh, so close. Okay, is the other refinery still processing silver? Yes, okay. And it's getting yanked. And the other one's making uranium now. Good. Okay, so it should make this eventually. Oh, come on. There it goes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there'll be enough by the time I can get it built. Alright, so let's bring up that guy. Let's give me him. And bring up AAA. That's not AAA. Okay, let's start with that. Okay, reactor. I'm sure it's on another page. So we will rotate him so he's connected to that inventory, but also available down below. And we need a lot of stuff. So reactor components, construction, 29, metal grid, 4, AAA. Metal grid, 4. 29. Some other stuff. Probably some computers. I guess not motors if we're done with them. Large steel tubes we should probably make. Go. Right. Steel plates is what's holding us up. Okay. Okay. So we got power. We're going to... Okay, he's already grabbed some uranium too. That's awesome. Okay, so let's see what refineries are on. So let's bring up our assemblers. So I should be able to turn back on the bees. Oops. There we go. Not that we're making too much at the moment. Okay. Now let's bring up those reactors for a second. Okay. So let's rename him. He'll be BO1. So they're not using much at the moment in terms of power usage. So that's good. Before we were up to 5 megawatts. Now we're well under 1 megawatt. So that's good. But, I mean, combined, we're still over. We're about 1.7-ish? Okay, anyway. And then we're leaching power, maybe from the small reactor as well. Not too sure. Alright. So good, good, good. And truthfully, we could probably turn this guy off. It doesn't actually have to be on. Unless we accidentally disconnect him. And then we could turn him back on just so we could power his locks. Okay, so with that going, hopefully we have enough juice to get everything else going. So let's see here. I guess I need some steel plates. And let's start building. So let's grab some of those and maybe some of those. Whatever we might need. Alright. So we can actually build him directly off the back of this guy. So this is one use of this build post. We can kind of line everything up. Alright, so we're going to do... Alright, we don't need projector anymore. We don't need that. We want a large cargo. We want some medium cargo. And I think some straight arms. I did some planning for this guy. It's not finalized. But I think I got things sorted that I want. Sorted, anyway. Alright, so this thing has 3 large doors. Where are they? Okay. So like that, I believe. We'll put a large door here, large door there, and then a large door to the back connector. And then from here, we're going to come out the side, I guess. And maybe we'll put a coupling just to give us some more room for like thrusters and stuff. And then up front here, we're going to put some more storage in the form of medium cargoes. Like that. And then the opposite on this side. Turn. There we go. Turn this way, please. And medium. Okay. And that's about it. And then from there, we're going to put... This guy's just going to be fairly basic. He's going to have one arm that is a welder and one arm that is a grinder. So depending what we want to do, we just use one hand or the other. He won't be that quick, mind you, but that's okay. So to do something like that, we might extend those forward a bit. And now we're going to work on this cockpit front area. So I'm going to try to put a lot of mass here. So that most of the, or not most of it, so we can get a bit more mass towards the center of mass. So here I want to put like our gyros, which don't exist on my hotbar, or maybe they do. So these guys are fairly dense, so we might stack a bunch of these, even if we don't need them. So we'll give him kind of a heart of gold, no, a heart of gyros. Let's see here. Maybe we'll bring that up 3 by 3. Guess that's not centered though. Are those gonna? They sure are. was like, are those only attached to these blocks I'm removing? Yes, the answer to that is yes. That is correct. Okay. So there we go. We'll make a ring of heavy armor. We'll probably put slanty bits. Maybe we can do a bit forward. So the mock-up I made didn't handle as well as I'd hoped. So that's why we're going to put even more stuff here than I had planned to. So we'll put gyro, 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 all facing the same way. Why not? And then gyros on the top. So these are just to provide a lot of mass in this location. We'll see if it pays off. Might be a terrible idea. Probably terrible. Aha! Good. So this... What we're looking at is that large cargo container, and actually... let's go to page 3. This is where we're going to hide some power. So if I put this guy right there... actually, why don't we do this? So we'll have 8 gyros. That's a decent amount of mass, maybe. Who knows? And then here we're going to put some small reactors. So that's going to be the main power source for this guy. And I need some construction. I knew I needed construction for something. There we go. Yeah, here we can throw in most of his power, and we'll put some power located elsewhere that will be accessible from the outside. So these ones will rely on the thing already having power in order to get fuel to them. But once they're up and running, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that should be fairly heavy right there. So what we'll do is we'll throw on a cockpit, and I think that's probably all we can get to for today. But we got him started. Perfect. 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 Okay. And that will go right there. And then that's probably good. And like I said, we could extend the wrists a bit forward if we want to, but we'll see how it feels once we get everything built. Okay. Yep, I think that'll do for today. So, hope you guys are enjoying the series, and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.